Hello everyone, my name is Arturo, and today I'll be sharing my journey with the project. eh, with the project I completed for the Professor Laura Mendoza. This project focused on the iconic poem Ay Joaquín by Rodolfo González. It's a powerful work that explores the identity, struggles, and resilience of the Chicano community, and it resonated deeply with me because several reasons. So let's get started. Okay, I get started by reflecting on what I already knew about the Chicano community. I grew up with the phrase ni de aquí ni de allá, which captures the feeling of not fully belonging to either Mexico or the United States. This duality is something I experienced personally, but I wanted to deeper to understand the historical and cultural context of the Chicano movement and how it has shaped identities like me. So, while reading the poem, I encountered several words that were challenging but important, like paradox, machismo, and exploitation. For example, the line about paradox of the victory of despair despite physical hunger was profound. It speaks to the resilience of the Chicano people and their ability to maintain pride and identity despite hardship. These words helped me to connect the poem meanings to broader themes like surviving and resistance. Okay, so let's get deeply in these words. So first we have confusion. It means a lack of understanding or feeling uncertain. In the poem, Joaquin says, I am Joaquin, lost in a world of confusion. This line reflects of how the Chicano community has struggled to find its identity while being caught between two cultures. I also felt confused when I started learning programming. It was like overwhelming at first, but I keep working at it. Next is paradox, which is a statement or situation that seems to contradict itself but might reveal a deeper truth. In the poem, Joaquin talks about the paradox of the victory of the spirit, despite physical hunger. This reminds me of sometimes, even when we lack of resources, our determination can help us to succeed. It's a powerful idea. Another word is sterilization. It usually means removing bacteria, but in the poem, it is used metaphorically to describe losing vital or essence. Joaquin's mentioned the sterilization of the soul, which symbolizes how assimilation can strip away a culture's unique identity. It is a reminder to hold on to what makes us unique. Then we have machismo, which refers to aggressive masculine pride. Joaquin says, Paul with machismo, showing how pride and strength were part of his identity, but also a challenge to balance. In Malay, I've seen how machismo can sometimes prevent people from asking for help, which is something I try to overcome. Then assimilate means to blend into adopt a different culture. Joaquin describes someone who dissolves into the melting pot to disappear in shame. This highlights the pressure to fit and you lose one's original culture. It is a struggle I felt too, moving between the United States and Mexico, but I learned it's possible to embrace both. So these words and their meanings helped me to understand the deeper layers of the poem. They also connected me to experience, making this project not just about learning vocabulary, but about understanding my identity. So then we have the making connections. The text itself says, This remind me of when I felt I was between two cultures, as if I were simultaneously part of the United States and Mexico. Okay, so I was born in the United States, but I raised in Mexico, so I am Mexican American. I got both nationalities, but I also got like two cultures because I raised in Mexico. Have my family there. I have my friends there. I have my studies there because I study in Mexico. But I moved to Texas to embrace, like to develop myself. Then we have the text to text. This reading remind me of Bless Bless Me by Ultima. by Rodolfo Naya. Both works explores the identity struggles of Mexican American and the tension between cultural heritage and assimilation. Okay, both works talks about the struggles of the Mexican American, like in the past area, they were facing like racism or some struggles, you know? In the final one, the text world, this text reminds me of the Chicano Fine Arts class where we were watching the suit struggles by the Mexican American. Okay, so the last semester I took a class with a grateful professor, and well, we were learn about the suits. That persons used to wear like oversized clothes, and they were facing several struggles with the culture of the United States. Like, it was terrible. Then we have the cultural elements. The cultural elements in this point are rich and large. Gonzalez waves in reference to historical figures like Emiliano Zapata and Benito Juarez, alongside vivid description of the struggle faced by the Chicano community. One line that stood out of me was, I am the sword and flame of Cortés, the despot. It is a reminder of the complex history we carry, a mix of conquest, resistance, and cultural pride. But the words that I really liked from the poem were language, discrimination, Chicano, democracy, justice, representation, poem, problems, and racism. For the next slide, we have the summary. Okay, the summary were like the poem, but I mean, this is a poem, is not like a summary of a book or something. So for this summary, I try to emphasize with the struggles of the Mexican American, the also the independence of the revolution of Mexico, because the poem was talking about the revolution, and most of the phrases, because this point also includes like Emiliano Zapata, Miguel Hidalgo, but we will watch them like later. For the something else part, we wrote an alternative ending where Joaquin's journey inspires future generations to build bridges and find unity. I also created like some words to connect this, and they were action, love, and hope, because the people that used to live like in that age, I feel like they were struggling with too much, you know? So they were used to like pray, but the hope is there. Like, then for the final one, I got the something else part. I created this scrapbook, imagining that Joaquin might have kept like a mix of memories, reflection, and hopes for the future. These tags made me think deeply about how personal history and collective memory shape our identities. And I also put the text in Spanish, Yo soy Joaquín, and some pictures about Emiliano Zapata, Miguel Hidalgo from the Mexican Revolution, and some phrases. So this was everything for my presentation. Thank you for watching. This project was more than just an assignment. It was a way to explore and celebrate my heritage while improving my English skills. I hope this inspires you to reflect on your own story and the rich culture that shape us all. So, thank you so much.